This week on the Round Robin Comic Book Podcast, what's your addiction? Welcome everybody to the Round Robin Comic Book Podcast, where we discuss one old and one new comic. This week we will be discussing Martian Manhunter number 24 and Marvel Team Up number 1, featuring Spider-Man and the crappy Ms. Marvel.
Is that how you feel about her?
I'll let you guys. I'm joined today by
Nick.
Ryan.
And of course I'm Kirk. What's up, guys?
How's it going?
You know,
No.
gotta read some great comics this week.
Yeah, it's been a down week this week. So what should we do first? We'll do Marvel
Let's do Marvel Team Up.
Team Up? Alright. So, what'd y'all think?
It was certainly something.
It was a comic.
Yeah, they had the Spider-Man t-shirt
Yeah.
mug like you were talking about last week.
Always gotta put something on there. Like, yeah, she's wearing a Spider-Man t-shirt. Like,
That was about the only thing I found interesting.
I kind of like the flip book part of it, where you got one version from
Not gonna lie.
Spider-Man's side, Ms.
Yeah.
Marvel's side.
Not gonna lie, I didn't realize that it did that.
you just read it
I
the
read
whole
it.
way through.
No, I figured
Like,
it
what?
out.
It's going backwards.
I figured it out.
It's upside down.
Yeah, I figured it out once it turned upside down, but
So which one did you start on? Did you start on the Ms. Marvel side, or did you start on the
I started
Spider-Man?
the Ms. Marvel side
I started Ms. Marvel side.
because I didn't realize that Spider-Man had a side, so...
And I somehow ended up starting with Spider-Man.
Okay.
So, I don't know what.
Yeah.
So okay, so she shouldn't be called Miss Marvel. She should be called Mr. Fantastic because
Yeah.
she can stretch.
Yep.
But that's about all. I mean, she's a polymorph, right? That's what they
Yeah.
call her.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So how's that marvelous? I think they just they wanted to keep the Ms. Marvel thing going, and...
I think it came about because she was actually introduced in Captain Marvel
Yes.
Okay.
back from 2015, I believe.
Yeah.
All right,
And
so I
so
stopped,
there's
I
some
stopped
kind of a
reading about that.
connection there. Like Carol Danvers met her at some point, and she became like infatuated with her and kind of took the name.
Okay.
Is how that rolled around, I guess. The Spider-Man side was definitely better than the Ms. Marvel side, in my opinion. And that's not saying much because the Spider-Man side was actually crap too.
I was telling Nick before, I liked how they kept the continuity of him getting proven guilty of plagiarism and losing his doctorate, and I'm all about that, where they continued the storyline from the previous run. But I was like,
Spider-Man, whoever does Spider-Man typically does a fantastic job of keeping that stuff in line. It's every other character in the Marvel Universe that they just massive disarray.
Yeah.
And then they have to go back and fix it somehow. But Spider-Man, I've noticed they have always done a really good job with that.
Yeah, it's always staying on,
Mm-hmm.
as I'm doing a hand motion on an audio podcast.
Now, this, honestly, outside of the Captain Marvel stuff, Ms. Marvel, this is the first time I've actually read anything of hers independently. Never
Okay.
been interested in the character.
Me either.
This did nothing to help that.
No.
Oh no.
I read it. I read in the Sam Alexander Nova. She did like a show. She came in for an issue, and I was like, "This ain't my Miss Marvel."
So I think they were pretty heavy-handed with Peter Parker wanting to be young again. Like, adulting is hard. Like, man, you've been an adult for like 40 years.
40 years.
You should get this by now.
You owned your own business.
You've been
you
dead
should be
3
over
times.
this. Yeah.
You should be over this.
Yep.
You're just so heavy, like punching you in the face. Like, oh, I want to be young again. I want to be young again. Gee, what's the surprise at the end of the issue?
He's young again.
So let me get this off my chest.
Okay.
We had a whole series of Superior Spider-Man where he changes bodies.
Correct.
With Doc Ock, yep.
Yep. With Doc Ock.
Wasn't that enough?
Yes.
Do we need another story where he switches bodies with Ms. Marvel?
No, we don't.
No, I mean, enough of enough. It just pissed me off, and I never want to read this book again. I don't care if he switches bodies with Aunt May. I don't care. Can you imagine Aunt May with spider powers in Peter's body? Like, yeah, there you
She
go.
might
There
actually
you go.
become an interesting character.
Might be. They
But it's just, I don't know. I was just like, this is really stupid.
yeah.
Honestly, I think the best thing about this book was
I think they could have done better with a different team up for their first issue.
there is an ad for Savage Avengers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I'm like, wow, I might actually get that book because this is not getting purchased again.
Yeah, I'm not buying this book.
The whole premise, Spider-Man goes back to school, or Peter Parker goes back to school to do an introduction of one of his friends from school from way back when. They did it as a favor because he's actually been banned from ESU for
Plagiarism.
And Ms. Marvel's school happens to be there to see this. And obviously, when you have two superheroes in the same building, chaos is going to ensue in
Team
some
up
manner.
time.
Team up time. I was waiting for Condor to show up, to be honest.
Power
Yeah.
Man? Power Man too?
Yeah. I mean,
Or
it
was
felt like,
Or is it Powerhouse? It's Powerhouse.
Powerhouse, yes.
Power Man's with Iron Fist, Kirk.
Yes.
Come
Yes.
on, get it right. Too many powers.
well, there's the ad for the X-Men Grand Design book, which the art looks horrendous. I'm sorry, but it's like comics should be looking better and better.
No.
They're looking worse and worse.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
know, I absolutely love the X-Men, but I think if they're going to bring them and reintroduce them, they need to put a top guy on there.
Yeah. I even pair him up with like a younger guy. They kind of
Yeah.
do a few
No,
pages separate.
yeah,
You get
yeah.
adjusted to the art.
Yeah.
That's something that's always bugged me is, recently especially, is the art has gotten a lot worse. There was a G.I. Joe Transformers series that looked
Thank you.
absolutely amazing. I wanted to read it so bad. The cover was beautiful.
And then you get in
Then
and
you
it's
can
a
open
big
it.
pile of
You
shit.
open it up and you're like, what is this? You
Yeah.
couldn't tell who was who.
Yeah.
It was very frustrating. I wanted it to be good, but
Yeah,
it goes back to that whole art
I
thing.
hate that how they have somebody different do the cover and then have somebody, do the inside, and it's like you're drawing people in with that cover. Wouldn't you want to keep people? Yeah, I don't like that either.
I
I
couldn't
know
even get through that book. I was,
Yeah.
and everybody seemed like all the reviews and stuff were like, "Oh, it's great, it's awesome." And I'm like, "No, it looks like shit."
Yeah,
Why?
I'm sure it was a very good story. Unfortunately, I'm very visually into the books, and if the art does not catch my attention or I'm annoyed with it, I'm
Yeah.
not going to continue to read it. End of story. The X-Men ad did that to me.
Yeah,
No desire to see that. Now, the art in this I don't think was horrible.
no, this wasn't bad. I've seen way worse than this.
I do think he needs to read How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way, though, because
So we know it's Peter Parker.
when you look at this is very, I don't know, 90s image. The angles and
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Yeah, I can see that a little bit.
it's
Yeah.
like, ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see Peter Parker look like Peter Parker again.
This reminded me, Marvel does those young reader series or whatever they're called, Marvel Age or whatever.
Okay,
That's what this felt like. It felt like it was a very kid
oriented.
book. And Marvel Team Up, this isn't the first time around with Marvel Team Up. There's several runs of it. And
Captain America and the Jive Talking Falcon.
yeah, those were excellent books.
were.
And I was expecting something along those same lines with this, if you're throwing a Marvel Team Up tag on it.
Yeah, you're
Or maybe say just Marvel Team Up for kids.
You're
or
getting
something.
you're getting two heroes for the price of one comic book. You should have good characters and good.
So let me just ask, was it worth your $4?
Absolutely not.
No,
No.
I wanted to return it.
Like, if I could return comics, I would.
I agree.
I have one other one, that Mutant X or whatever that was.
That big dog pile.
Oh, Major
He's
X. Yeah, I kind of want to return that one too and get my
steaming.
$5 back.
Steaming pile of dog shit.
Ugh.
I didn't even pay for this, and I want to take it back.
Yeah. Okay, so we should do a scale on these, like 1 through 5.
1 through 5.
Sure.
1 star to 5 star.
Sure.
All right.
5 being the best.
Yep.
5.
Okay.
1 being the lowest. You go ahead, Ryan. You first.
I would probably give it a 1.5.
Yeah, probably about a 2 for me.
We can't go negative, right? 1. I was going to say 1 anyway, but I always ask if we can go negative.
I mean, it had some parts in it that were
I liked
so
some
bad.
of it. I liked the part where they put Spider-Man's face on her t-shirt and coffee mug.
But I really don't need another body switching storyline.
No,
for
I
him.
don't either. That would. So is it going to be Spider-Man and Ms. Marvel every month, or is it?
No, they're going to bring somebody else in.
They'll do a story arc with Ms. Marvel, and then they're going to switch it up. I wouldn't be surprised if Spider-Man's still in it.
Okay, so
but
it could get better.
Have you ever read Secret Defenders?
No.
Okay. No, it won't.
Okay. I've read Secret Wars, but not Secret Defenders.
I would like to think it would get better, and I guess it depends on who's writing it, who the characters are.
Well, that's unfortunate because I got excited because it said Marvel Team Up.
No, the old Marvel team up was great.
Yeah, I know.
But
there's some of them that I really enjoyed.
Mm-hmm.
This one, no, not so much.
Not so much.
All right. Well, I think we killed that one.
All right, so
You're old man talking about comic. I don't want to take your advice.
So if you're under the age of 15, definitely go out and pick this up.
If you're one of them little pimply-eyed pukes in high school, go ahead and pick this up. But so then we decided to go. So we didn't seem like we were a pure Marvel Image. We decided to do DC this week.
Woohoo!
And we did Martian Manhunter, number 24. Revelations.
And that's, what, is that early 2000s?
It looks
Yeah,
like
it's
it was
from November 2000.
November 2000.
So it's by Ostrander and Mankey, and it had a guest inker of Pat Gleason on it. It's one of his early works. And like before I bought this, I was like, I'm not a huge fan of Martian Manhunter, right? Like,
No.
and I bought this issue just because it was like, oh my god, it's got the old Justice League in it.
I had no idea who he was. I thought he was Hulk before you had me read Justice League International.
And I was a huge Justice League International fan. And I was like, oh my god, they got it spot on. It was the humor and everything.
Yeah.
Like their looks, their costumes, everything was just spot on like back in the day.
They clearly did the research on this one.
Yeah.
So the issue is about Martian Manhunter's addiction to Chocos, which is DC's Oreos.
Yeah. This was awesome. I love this comic book.
And Beetle and Booster buy all the cookies in the
And they hide them.
Surrounding area.
surrounding area.
And hide them from Martian.
And he goes nuts. He
Yep.
goes through a withdrawal. And hulks out, pretty much.
Yeah.
No,
Very
that
much.
was very much a Hulk
Yes.
out. Yeah.
He does Hulk out. I was like, wow, he turned into the Hulk here.
Starts even talking like the Hulk.
Yeah. It was like one of my favorite parts of the book was when Batman's like, you have an addiction to Chocos. Like all deadpan serious. I'm like,
Then he somehow gets the addiction out of his body and it starts going to everybody else in the league.
yep.
And
Kind of like the Venom thing from Spider-Man. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
it hungers. Like
Who did it go into? And she's like, I like baby seals and
That was
Went into
Ice. Yeah.
ice. Okay. I was like, oh my god.
deep fried in their own fat,
Yeah.
served on a bun. And then it goes into fire, and she's all like, "I need constant." I can't remember what she said.
Isn't it something like constant
Appreciation or something.
appreciation and attention or something like that?
Constant fulfillment.
That's
Fulfillment.
what
Constant
There you
getting
go.
stimulation and the attention of everyone.
Then Maxwell Lord.
I want Batman to respect me. I want Superman to do what I want, and I want Wonder Woman too.
Yep.
If you have never read this, you need to go out and pick it up. It's really funny.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I always appreciate those books where there's a little bit of humor in them. It makes it a little more entertaining.
You know, you don't always need to have like a, you know, like a action-packed and drama-filled comic book. You can do humor every once in a while, especially with characters that you didn't know could be humorous.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
That was the first time I've read anything Marvin
the
Martian Manhunter. Outside the Justice League stuff, and I was very entertained by that issue.
The rest of the series is nothing like this
That's disappointing.
at all.
That sucks.
But I did appreciate the art with Mankey and Gleason both doing their bits on that. And Ostrander's always done a really good job with his writing. I always liked his Spectre series.
Yeah.
So there's some good people in that book to make it worthwhile.
All right, so what's grinding your gears this week?
Marvel Team Up.
Rob Liefeld. Cyclops. Deadpool wannabe.
Yeah, that's a bad book.
It was a comic book we did not need.
I'm surprised Marvel even lets him back into doing books.
Yeah.
It's like, well, we're just going to do this stunt. We're going to put Rob Liefeld back in comic books.
Yeah.
Like, why?
I think a lot of it has to do with
Does he have a
Does he have
like a
dirty-
contract that he has to do something
does
every
he
10
have
years?
compromising photos of the heads of Marvel that he has secretly hidden away that he can blackmail him with?
I'm not aware of such, but that could be it. No, he's gotten popular again because of the whole Deadpool thing and promoting it and everything. I think they're just trying to find somebody that's a name that they can pull back in because honestly, you know, there's a lot of good stuff out there by Marvel. I'm not slamming Marvel by any means. However, it's been a little bit inconsistent across the board. And the newer people are not doing what they're hoping they're doing. So by bringing in an established name for a while to do something.
And no, I know why they like socked all their resources and everything into the Avengers and all of that because they got the movies out there, but you let some of the best books in Marvel fall to shit. Fantastic Four, X-Men fell to shit. You know, you let some of your marquee books just fall by the wayside so you could focus everything on Avengers.
And they do focus a lot on the Avengers. I think they've got a running total of about 6 or 7 Avenger titles right now.
Wow.
It's all Avengers, and then there's, I think X-Men got 3 or 4 of them, and then Spider-Man's got 2 or 3.
Yeah, anybody read the Asgardians of the Galaxy?
I have not.
I just think, I feel like I should stay away from that.
Are you thinking of the one that, for the War of Realms?
Yeah, it was I was reading something and I saw an ad for it. I think I can't remember what it was, but the War of the Realms sounds interesting to me.
It looks very interesting. My concern is they have that crossing over everything, and I could see them easily. Okay, yeah, no, I haven't read that one then.
I was very excited for Avengers versus X-Men.
I was disappointed in that.
So was I. I liked the first few issues of it, and then I was like, as they say for things that go bad, jump the shark.
Anything Donnie Coates, anything he writes, check it out. He did the Thanos series a while back, and introduced Cosmic Ghost Rider. It was a fantastic read. He then did a Cosmic Ghost Rider where he goes back and tries to kill Thanos, so he doesn't try to take over everything. And now he's doing a Cosmic Ghost Rider versus the Marvel Universe. So they found a character and they're running with it. But he also does Venom and a couple other books too. And his stuff's really pretty good. But consistently from Marvel, you're just not seeing quality anymore.
And seriously, did you not learn how to draw any better since the 90s? It's like you haven't gotten any better since then. If he was good at all.
Yeah. Hips don't jut out underneath like that. You actually should have some kind of a waist.
Major X actually has feet, so maybe he spent the last 20-some years learning how to draw feet.
And hands. The hands don't look half bad.
No. I don't know. I'm glad I didn't pay $5 for that piece.
Yeah, I did. Sorry.
So, all right.
So, Grinder Gears, did you guys have anything?
I think we threw it out there. Rob Liefeld.
You know he's
Marvel
going to
team
ban
up.
us now, right? He's going to put a ban on us. For...
Boo-hoo. Washed up 90s artist.
Sorry, I already got his autograph. Back
Did
when
you?
it was free. Yeah.
When it was free.
Now he's charging people like $90 for an autograph.
Well, on 98, New
Yep.
Mutants 98, and what I can't remember what number the first appearance Cable is. He's raised
87.
87. He's charging extra
Rain Man
on
here.
those.
Nah, definitely
Yeah.
87. He's charging too much. That's $90 too much for his autograph. Come on. When we went and saw Claremont, it was $10.
Yeah.
$10.
It's still $10 for
It's
an
still
autograph.
$10.
Which I was not happy to do.
Yeah, I agree. It should have been free, but are they get paid to be there?
They
at the
do.
con? Then
They get paid a certain percentage, but then they're hoping to make money off of the products they bring as well. The only time I've paid for an autograph outside of anybody extremely famous was Jay Lee, and I paid $5 for him last year, just because he did Namor 27, and that's one of my all-time favorite covers.
okay.
It was well worth it to me. But yeah, and I was willing to pay for Giffen's autograph as well, just because he's done so much. And he actually said first one's free. I'm like, perfect. I only got one book.
The
Thanks.
only other person I want to get an autograph from is Jim Lee, so I can put it on, have Claremont and Lee on both my comics. And then that's all I want. I don't care if I get anybody else.
I want to get Jeff Johns for what he
Jeff
did
Johns,
with
yeah,
Green
that
Lantern,
would be a good one.
and Daryl Banks, because he did all the artwork from Green Lantern back in the 90s.
Okay.
And I'd like to meet Ron Mars. I've got his autograph, but I have not been able to meet him.
Okay.
Yeah, I met him.
Yeah?
Ron Mars? Hold on. Nope, not Ron Mars.
He's running through his Rolodex.
It's Bart Sears. I met Bart Sears,
Oh.
not Ron Mars. Bart Sears, totally different guy.
Yeah, I got issue Green Lantern 51 signed, and it says, "Hey Ryan, Kyle Rayner saying it," and then he signed it at the bottom. I absolutely love it.
That's awesome.
Got that thing framed.
I framed my X-Men 276 today. Or yesterday. I got that all framed and ready to go up on the wall in the man cave nerd room.
Yep. Well, I guess that
should
wraps
do it
that
for
up.
this one, since we really don't have anything that's grinding our gears. Doesn't have to be comic related, I guess. You could talk about your wives, or then you would be in trouble, and so would I.
Well, we'd have to listen first. Yours probably does.
Mine
doesn't.
does. Mine listens, so I'm going to be good.
Mine does not listen. But I'm going to be on the safe side just in case somebody
Just be like, yes.
knows her that does listen.
So the funniest thing, did your daughter get a Porg backpack this weekend?
She did. Or last weekend, yes.
Last weekend? Okay. My daughter and I were in that booth looking at the Porg backpack. And Piper said, "No, it's too much. I don't want you to spend that much on it," right? All of a sudden, this little girl runs in, grabs it, and they buy it. And I was like, and then I saw the picture on Facebook, and I'm like, that was Ryan's daughter who bought it.
What kind of backpack?
Porg. Star Wars Porg.
Oh,
Star Wars.
got it. Okay.
Yeah,
That's-
she's got this infatuation with all furry creatures from the Star Wars universe, Ewoks and Porgs.
Did you see the Wicket pop figure
Yes.
for $30 at Target?
Target, yep.
I was like, I saw that last night, and I'm like, I need it. It's Wicket. It's got to come to my house.
They have the baby Nibbit with the flocked
Yeah.
Thinking of it Target exclusive that
Nice.
she wants pretty badly. Yeah.
So, yeah, I just thought it was funny that your kid bought the Porg backpack that my kid was looking at. Not that she was going to get it, but it was just funny that she ran in right as we were looking at that stuff. So,
That's great.
yep. So, anyway, we're going to wrap it up for this week's episode. Read more comics. Expand your mind. Leave us a follow. Or follow us. Leave us a comment. Like our page. Something. Please give us feedback, guys. Okay. It's been Kirk.
Nick.
Ryan.
See ya.
See ya.